Speaker McCarthy ousted in a historic House vote. Republicans now scrambling for a new leader. So who is it going to be? For more reaction, let's bring in Wyoming Republican Congresswoman Harriet Hageman. Tell me, Congresswoman, I believe you voted to try to save McCarthy's job. Tell me your thinking about that vote and how you, what your thoughts are now that we're a few days beyond that and how this is all unfolding.
Well, thank you for having me this morning. And in relation to what is happening in Israel, I just have to say my heart goes out to those folks. And I think what this demonstrates is that with a weak America, you have a very dangerous world. So that's part of what we're seeing. This absolutely is related to the Biden administration's appeasement of Iran. And I think that this is a really scary situation. So I wanted to say that first. As far as Kevin McCarthy has been a good speaker. Kevin McCarthy has carried out the promises that he made in January. We have gone back to regular order. We've been able to make amendments from the floor. It has been a much more open and engaging process for everyone who is in Congress. And I do believe that he did exactly what he said he was going to do when he was handed the gavel in January. With that said, we need to look forward now. What's happened has happened. So we now have at least two, perhaps three, what I believe are excellent candidates for the Speaker of the House. And I think we're going to be meeting next week. We'll have a speaker pretty quickly, is my hope, in light of the quality of the candidates that we have with Jim Jordan, Steve Scalise, and possibly Kevin Hern. And then I think we can go forward with our business.
You know, the former president has essentially endorsed Jim Jordan. Is that a positive or a negative amongst the House Republicans?
Well, I think it's a positive, and I endorse Jim Jordan as well. I've worked with him on the Judiciary Committee and on the Select Committee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government. I'm very aligned with him in terms of his conservative policies. I agree with him, for example, on Ukraine. I agree with him on the desperate need to cut spending. I agree with him in terms of returning power to the state. So philosophically, Jim Jordan and I are aligned. I believe that the endorsement from President Trump and others will be helpful to Mr. Jordan. But again, I think with the three good candidates that we have, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to walk out of the room next week with a speaker at the helm of the Republican Party and the 118th Congress, and we'll get back to work doing our appropriations bills.
And before we go quickly, your final thoughts on what's going on in the Middle East and the Biden administration, what they need to do from here? Well, again, by focusing as they have on Ukraine and really focusing all of our efforts there, it's been one of the concerns that I've had is that it's weakening us militarily elsewhere. As I said at the top of our discussion today, my heart goes out to Israel. This is something that I think that we've all been fearful of in relation to empowering Iran, giving Iran the billions of dollars that we have, turning a blind eye to their effort to get to get nuclear weapons, empowering them to continue to spread terror throughout the Middle East. This is something that I think was a matter of when, not if, and I think it is, again, in large part because of the failed policies of the Biden administration and the effort at appeasement to terrorists. Wyoming Congresswoman Harriet Hageman, thank you so much.